This is me when I go walking. Spandex, check. AirPods, check. Armband, check. Cell phone, check. When I start out, everything about me looks like I mean business. And it was on one particular morning like this that I felt like a runner. And I looked like a runner. So I decided I was going to run instead of walk. Y'all, I'm talking about what happened on my latest YouTube video. Now, I imagine you already know how things worked out. It takes more than looking like a runner and feeling like a runner to run the distance. It takes stamina, and that has to be developed over time. So now I take walk runs. I give myself permission to walk when I need to and run when I can. I believe we need to give ourselves the same type of grace on our faith race. Just think about this year. Collectively and individually, we have experienced a lot. Many of us hit the ground running in January. We may have been fervently praying and fervently serving and fervently adhering to our spiritual disciplines. But now, after we have taken a few of life's unexpected hits, we may find ourselves operating with less intensity. We may be a little weary and a little tired. The author of Hebrews offers encouragement for those seasons in our lives. Hebrews 12:1 says, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us." The author of Hebrews is saying we can throw off everything that hinders. He is also saying we can run with perseverance the race that is specifically and uniquely marked out for us. Things like sin, exhaustion, discouragement, worry, doubt, fear, and anxiety can all simply be thrown off. Can I just be honest for a minute? Sometimes I'm slow to throw off everything that hinders me on my faith race. I would love to sit here and tell y'all that I did exactly as the writer of Hebrews suggested, that I immediately threw off my hindrances and sin and things that so easily entangled me. The reality is there have been times when all I could do was just keep moving forward. Hebrews 12:1 tells us quitting is not an option. But instead of quitting, I believe we must learn to give ourselves grace. I opted to run my faith race for as long as I could and then walk when I needed to. Y'all, walking does not equate failure. We are still in the race and we are still moving, right? It simply gives us the grace we need to persevere. Walking may mean that for a season, we are intentional about resting more and serving less. Walking may mean that we spend time with God instead of doing our due diligence to do things for God. Walking may mean that our prayers are filled with more tears than they are words. I am convinced walking does not disqualify us. God doesn't ask us to sprint at top speed through our faith race. He asks us to persevere. God encourages us to choose a pace that we can sustain over time for the long haul. Sometimes this requires spiritually walking. Walking is still moving. We have not quit. We've only slowed our pace so eventually we can run again with perseverance, just as the writer of Hebrews encourages us to do. When we walk, we are still moving and believing in God, completing the race that is specifically and uniquely marked out for us and building up our endurance so that we can eventually run with perseverance the rest of the way.